This is Decor and More, and I'm going to be showing you today how I apply these micro beads, or what they call drills, to the canvas. Now this is magnified for you. You can see the different letters. They each represent a different drill or diamond bead. The K would be black. There's some gray in there, some light blue, dark blue. But each one letter or number represents a different bead. Now, when you get your kit, you get this canvas, you get your diamond beads, color that you'll need. There's usually a lot of extras. I go ahead and take the bags. This is actually number 3 on the canvas, but it's actually number 317. And because I keep my beads, or my diamond drills, I keep track of the number, and I have like over 100 containers. Now the containers I've been using have been like this one, where the top flips open. You can pull the whole thing out. I have the number on it. I keep it in my container. Now another size I have is this size. When you get like 2 bags of beads fit in this one. And this one is number 803. It pops up. The whole thing comes out, where you can add the beads from the bag if you want to, which is a good suggestion. Now, another thing you get with it is the tray. It's like a green color tray. It has the grids in it, so that when you shake the beads, they kind of fall in line. You get a adhesive like that, and this is for your pin that you get with each kit. Sometimes you want to go ahead. One lady likes to go ahead and use everything new, because you usually use up this adhesive, because you want to go ahead and you peel back the top and you squish it, turn it a little bit maybe, and you might have to do it more than once, because when you're first using them you want to do it about 2 times. You get too much adhesive on here and then it starts spewing out the edges. Now what you do is you find a bead that's facing up, like this one, and then you want to direct it to your letter, which on camera makes it kind of hard, and that's D. So let's try that again. I'm going to find a bead that's facing up and direct it to you. Now you are doing, there is and you push a little bit. When you put it on there, you want to try to get within that circle that's on there for you. The circles actually help me a little better to line it up. But you see the little shiny part? That's kind of what makes it sparkly when you're looking at it at a distance, like on a picture on the wall. Now, things I have added to this kit is a magnifying glass. A lot of times I have a hard time seeing the darker colors over a dark number. There's one that's off, and it's an F, and that's over here. So you want to slide it over. It's just adhesive glue that dries over time, so while your bead's on it, it will dry. You want to only take your filament and back it up for what you're working on. You don't want to expose the whole picture, because that would dry in no time. And then towards the end of doing your picture, here's another one that's not quite on there. So I'm going to slide it down. There's a little one there that's a little off the circle. The one next to it, I do every now and then go through here. Now the little adhesive that comes through, you can just try to get that to the surface and wipe it off. Now this one I'm working on, I believe it's wolves, and it's kind of at night where everything's kind of blue and black. But you take it a beat at a time, and it's a lot of fun. Another thing I do buy is labels, because you on the little containers you want to put what number you're using. Now I save my extras, and so that if I run out of a color, which one time I have, and I had to buy the canvas over again so I get the color, and then I filled in with my extras just my own pattern, and it was of rocks. So I just made it different color rock area. And it came out pretty good. But that's about it on that. Sometimes from kit to kit I'll save several trays, because sometimes I look to work on 1 or 2 numbers at a time, or letters. If they're like real close together, I'll take a bead from one, put it on, and another color's right next to it, so I'll put that color in a different container tray, and then be able to do 2 colors at a time if I can. Make sure if you put colors in your tray, you want to keep that out so that you know what color's in that tray. Because what I do is I put this away and I forget what color that is. If I have to leave it and come back, I'll forget what color. Not always, but most of the time. If there's any suggestions you have, that'd be great. Your surface you want flat. They do have tables that put it at an angle, and people have a light above it to make it brighter for them. Now, right now I have a lot of light from the camera on this. This is what it would look like without the light, which is still visible, but I like a lot of light so you can see the numbers better, especially with the dark backgrounds. If you have any other suggestions that you do, I know some people do them like all these K's. I would do every other one on the K and then go back in and fill, because you're giving yourself a little space, where if you do a K and a K, later on you can go back in and fill in the K that you left empty. And that's called kind of a checkerboard application that helps you keep your lines straight. Now you do see up close and magnified a little bit of space in each one of these, but once you back up and put it in a frame and seal it over with epoxy that dries clear so that your beads will be there permanently, or your drills, it dries clear. It does take up probably 24 hours, so once you apply it with a brush, or there is a spray that they have made where you can spray the canvas. I'd rather use the brush so I can keep the epoxy under control. Suggestions are welcomed. I am still learning. You want to make sure you cover up your canvas with your filament when you're done, so that it doesn't dry while you're not working on it. And make sure it's all the way down. I even put stuff on top of it to keep it flat. When it's flat, that makes it much easier to do. Because when you get it from Temu, all this came from Temu, it does come folded up with the drills in the bag, in between the canvas. So you want to roll it out and make it real flat. There's the chart here that you go by that comes with every canvas, what number you're working on. 8 is actually color number 762, and I have that marked on my little container, 762, so I know to go to that one for anything that's number 8. Same with the rest. Most of these come with anywhere from 15 to I've seen as many as 26 depending on the canvas and how big it is. This one's a 40 by 50, and it's of wolves at night with the dark and the blues. Very, very nice. And another thing I have is tweezers. That's something you do always have on hand. Now I have several tweezers because I keep losing them. And that's to, if you have it open and something happens to fly by in your air, your fan is on. Like I have my old dog's hair will get in there, and I have to get this to be able to pick it out once I lift the filament. But it's very easy to get with. They do sell those in the section for diamond painting. Like I said, Temu has a great big diamond painting section of different pictures, different additives. They even have a thing called premium drills, which are shinier. Like I have one in here right now. I plan on putting them in sporadically. It's this one right here. It just kind of gives it a glimmer as you're looking at the picture. Now from canvas to canvas, I will save some of the trays because I like to do sometimes more than one color at a time if they're close together. You will need to use your adhesive. Sometimes I use a whole thing of these adhesives for one picture. You only get one. You can buy a little container of it. It's blue if it's in the little container, and you can scoop out as much as you want to use. I just happen to stick with this, and I save them from canvas to canvas in case I use only one, and another one I might need two. Another thing I purchased was a magnifying glass, and this is a 10 times magnifier so that when I have it on the dark, I can see it. Now on the black with the K that's white, I can see that pretty well. But when I'm next to a D or a V, sometimes I have a little trouble finding the exact spot with my 20/20 vision. So I will use a magnifier to figure that out. If there's any questions about diamond painting, or like I said, suggestions of things that you do, let me know. That'd be great. I know some people do them at an angle. Some people like the flat surface. Some people like bigger areas. Like I have a kitchen table that this would probably do well on, but I like to sit in front of the TV while I do this. But like, share, and subscribe if you liked this video. I greatly appreciate you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. I do need subscribers, so I'm trying to build it up. I did one video on my box opening, and it turned out very well on that one, so I'm hoping this one turns out just as well. Alrighty, well, thank you, and on to the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.